What's going on, guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and we're here with Jamil Sater, Chief Executive Officer at Monumental Minerals. It's a pleasure to have you back, Jamil. It's been a little while. How are you doing?
I'm good, Aaron. How are you doing?
Doing great. Excited to be talking about the company, some updates. You guys have an exciting acquisition, and just this sector overall has remained pretty hot despite the market conditions. So let's hear some updates. What have you been up to since we last spoke?
We can start by talking a little bit about a new acquisition that we've got. That's the Salar de Turi project. It's a joint venture with Lithium Chile to acquire 50.01% of the project with pretty reasonable terms. So it's 700,000 in cash Canadian over 2 years and 1.4 million Canadian spend over 2 years. So it's very, very reasonable terms for a project that we really like and we think is really attractive. For this project, Lithium Chile has built a very strong foundation for it in terms of community relations. They have excellent community relations that they've already and excellent communication with the community. They've also done a lot of geochemistry and a lot of geophysics to really understand the project better. So essentially, it's ready for us to drill. And in fact, we're actually in discussion with the driller right now to get out there as soon as possible, hopefully before the end of the fourth quarter. Lithium Chile likes us. They like to work with us. They have a lot of projects on their plate and they can't execute on everything. So they're very happy to work with us on this project. They've seen that they trust us. They've seen that we work well. We've been able to build a great team for our other project that we joint venture with them on, which is Laguna Blanca. And so it really works well. It's a really great partnership.
So you also have increased your land package at Laguna Blanca. Can you elaborate on this recent news?
Yeah, of course. Initially when we looked at this project before we signed the definitive for Laguna, we had some satellite imagery and some satellite data processed, and we saw some areas that were outside of that of the original claims that looked really prospective. So we did a little bit more digging, and we realized that it looks like the Salar is quite a bit more extensive than we thought, and it includes some of the those areas especially to the southeast and to the east and a little bit to the northeast. So overall, the Laguna Blanca originally included 5,200 hectares, but with this land package, it basically triples that, or nearly triples that. And like I said, it includes now almost the entire Salar. In addition to drilling currently established targets for Laguna Blanca, what this does is it gives us a larger area in which we plan to include some geophysics and some additional geochemistry and look for further targets.
No, that's great. And we were just talking a little bit about drilling before we started this interview. I just wanted to ask you, what do you guys got coming for drilling or any plans? I'd love to hear a bit about that.
Yeah, of course. So, drilling is the number one focus for us right now. And as I discussed, Turi is probably, Salar de Turi is probably the first one that we'll drill, simply because it does have this foundation built already. Laguna Blanca is definitely on the table to drill as soon as possible. We have some community relations that we need to finalize. We have good relationship with the community, so it's nothing negative, but we just have to finalize our agreement with them to work on that ground. So that's something that we're looking at drilling in early 2023. That dovetails quite nicely with drilling at Turi. So the drill would finish at Turi, and theoretically, then they would just move the drill to Laguna Blanca, which is it's only about probably a 3-hour drive away. So it's mob and demob is actually quite easy and should be quite quick. I should also mention that our project in Mexico, we have drilling planned there in January of 2023 as well. Right now we have 4 geologists at site that are crawling over the rocks, mapping, sampling, doing geophysics, some really detailed work to really understand the geology. I was out at site a few weeks ago, and from what they've showed me so far, I already know places I want to drill. So we'll be a little patient and we'll wait till we get our assay results back. But we really like it, and we have those locations essentially picked out.
That's great. Drilling's the exciting part. That's where we get to see,
Drill.
you
That's why
know,
they call it the truth machine.
yeah, exactly. We get to see what happens. So there's been a lot of M&A activity in the Lithium Triangle. Can you tell us a bit more about your projects, what that means for the company, and even just refresh our viewers when it comes to the Lithium Triangle, because we know how important it is.
So for the Lithium Triangle, it encompasses Chile, Argentina, and Bolivia. Bolivia is a little difficult to work in. So most companies at this point stay out of Bolivia. And so really, if you are a publicly listed company, for the most part, you're either looking at Chile and Argentina. Yes, there has been a lot of M&As. It's just right now there is a severe shortage of lithium. The spot price has skyrocketed. We're sitting at, can't remember the last, but it's somewhere around 70,000. Maybe it's a little bit more. $70,000 per ton of lithium carbonate. So it's gotten ridiculously high. And so everyone's scrambling right now to find a source. Even in Canada, you have LG, the company LG, who signed memorandums of understanding with a couple of companies in Canada to supply lithium. So everyone is looking, and I can't see this changing for the near future. And by near future, I mean probably 4 to 5 years at least. It takes a long time to get a mine into production. Lithium, I think, is much shorter than copper. Copper, you're looking at somewhere around 18 years from discovery to the mine. But lithium, I think 4 to 5 years is about right. With the really steep increase in lithium spot prices, everyone's looking for lithium now. But 2 years ago, not a lot of people out there doing that. So once these brine or even hard rock projects, once they're established, my thought is 4 to 5 years before they go into production and before supply can start to equal demand. And so I think that we have several really good years left where lithium is going to stay very, very high.
Yeah, it'll be great. Looks like a strong market ahead. So that's great for a lot of companies, especially Monumental. So, what are some of the major catalysts investors and prospective shareholders should be looking out for, let's say in the short term?
Well, what I said before, it's about drilling. It's and in addition to that drilling, the catalyst that they should be looking for is that recently there was a vote in Chile on a new constitution. Is a general vote, and that constitution would have included some changes to Chilean mining law, and that vote was rejected. And what that just means to us is that the laws and the regulations that are currently in place, they don't change. So we don't have to relearn, we don't have to re-understand and adjust. We can kind of just continue with status quo. So that is definitely a major catalyst for us, because things are just as in the state at which they were when we entered into some of these agreements. All that being said, we still plan to go beyond doing the absolute minimum when it comes to ESG, and we would always work with the indigenous communities and do our best to be good corporate citizens when it comes to the environment as well.
Yeah, I'm sure having that peace of mind, knowing things are going to be stable, that's very good because no one likes political uncertainty. So,
Yeah.
despite the volatility in the markets, lithium has remained strong. We just talked about market fundamentals. Was there anything else that you wanted to add in terms of outlook going forward?
When it comes to lithium and lithium batteries, at least for electric vehicles, I don't see a lot changing. Humans are very good at innovation, and especially when needed. So if there's a shortage of something, i.e. lithium, then humans are very good at coming up with another solution. But that takes a lot of time. And so for my outlook is that in terms of lithium batteries, that's not going to change for quite a while, even if there is a lithium shortage. I think that where that R&D needs to go into is how to better recycle lithium batteries and reuse the lithium from those expired batteries. I think that's where we're going to see most of the changes. And I think that going forward again, I think the technology will advance in terms of battery life and how far you can drive, or how long you can use a charge for. But I think lithium's here to stay. I don't think that's going anywhere.
Definitely. So finally, where's the best place for investors or prospective shareholders to get more information on the company? Where should they go?
Well, there's really two places you can go. The first one is, investors can always reach out to myself or to Max Sally. Max is the founder of the company, and also the VP Corporate Development. So you can reach out to either one of us. Our information is on the website and our investor presentation that you can also download. And then also our website has quite a bit of information, and it also has links to some presentations and some news articles as well that you can get more information.
Wonderful, Jamil. Well, thanks a lot for those updates. I look forward to having you back on, and exciting times ahead with all the drilling. That's that's the exciting time.
Yeah, we're really excited about this. This is the next stage. This is where we want to be.
Great. So we'll have you back on soon.
Thank you very much, Sharon.
If you like these videos, kindly hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. Drop us a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. And finally, always remember, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. Furthermore, this video may or may not have been sponsored by the companies that we've profiled within this video, and we may or may not own shares of any of the profiled companies in this video. If you want to know the full disclosure details, check the description down below along with thoroughly reading our disclaimer. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.